Hello and welcome back to the channel, and as we get more numbers for the 2010s decade, expect to see a couple of videos along these lines. And today I'm gonna reveal the top 5 biggest first week sales of the decade in hip hop music. And since music is universal, we'll be using global figures here, something that most American LSM websites seem to forget. They often report stories that make it seem like the United States is the world, and we're also gonna cover 50 Cent's response to French Montana. My last video was about French Montana dragging Eminem into his role with 50 Cent, and if you missed that one, remember to check it out at the link that pops up now, and that one also includes my take on an atrocious article about Eminem. So we're off to the top 5 biggest first week sales in hip hop of the 2010s, and these figures are from major markets including the United States, Canada and Europe, compiled by Media Traffic. So at number 5 is Drake with the double album Scorpion that released in 2018, and this remains one of Drake's most successful albums to date. As expected, a majority of the sales were from the United States since that's the biggest music market in the world, and of that figure, 732,000 equivalent units were from the United States. Lil Wayne had a slow decade due to the role he had with Birdman, but that didn't stop him from registering one of the biggest opening weeks of the decade with the Carter 5 that opened with global sales of 1,028,000 copies sold. Of that figure, 964,000 copies were from the United States alone. Eminem's Recovery album, the best-selling hip-hop album in the United States in the 2010s and also the best-selling worldwide for the last decade, came in at third with opening first week sales of 1,098,000 copies, and Eminem's global presence shines here as of that figure, 741,000 units were from the United States, leaving 357,000 copies from foreign markets, the highest so far on the list for opening sales outside the United States. Drake appears the second time on the list at the second spot with the album Views that opened with sales of 1,109,000 copies sold first week globally, and of that figure, 1.04 million equivalent units were from one country, the United States, leaving 69,000 units from foreign markets on its first week. I'm sure many of you guys know who's at the top of the list, but the show goes on, and Eminem registered the biggest first week sales for hip-hop albums in the 2010s with the Marshall Mathers LP that opened with sales of 1,221,000 units sold globally. 792,000 of that figure came from the United States, and Eminem sold an additional 429,000 copies outside the US, making MMLP2 the biggest hip-hop opening of the decade, also in foreign markets, topping Recovery's 357,000 opening sales outside the US. So MMLP2 is not only the biggest global opening of the 2010s in hip-hop music, but also the biggest hip-hop opening of the decade in foreign markets. But as we all know, no one actually listens to Eminem anymore, they just buy his CDs and stream his music on mute. This adds to a list of accomplishments of Eminem in the last decade, including being the top male album artist of the 2010s. Before we get to the second section of the video, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, and if you're new here, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss an upload. So yesterday, I covered how French Montana fired back at 50 Cent, and 50 Cent had some things to share with French. 50 posted this on Twitter with the caption, "I just got the papers. Don't ever in your life play with me. You got a 60-month loan on a 08. Bruh, it will be 2025 when you're out that car." And there's an audio clip to go with it, and 50 Cent wasn't done bashing French. 50 added, "Somebody sent this to Wrench. Damn, you're gonna need the old Apple to burn the new music though, lol." And 50 still wasn't done based on the news that came out that French was faking streams to earn a plaque. He added, "Boy, you better start explaining right now." And you can see from the headline, French Montana got caught massively faking streams. There's more. Look at the bright side, you can always go back to selling DVDs or start a podcast or something. To the headline, in the midst of the Bugatti feud against 50 Cent, French Montana may have some explaining. 50 has so much time on his hands to throw while promoting power, and 50 added this, "What legacy, fool? You're out of here, junkie." with the picture that reads French Montana defends R. Kelly. There's even a nice artwork in the replies to go with the name French Montana. So what are your thoughts on Eminem coming out on top in the decade's top 5 opening hip hop albums, and also registering 2 of 4 albums he released in the top 5, and also 50 Cent firing back at French with more than just fake photos? Tell us below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.